How we all get along today? Well, I hate to admit it, but I have succumbed to peer pressure because all the cool kids were doing it. So I run out and bought me one of those 37mm flare launchers. And I have to admit it's a lot of fun, especially if you get to loading your own. No way you could afford to shoot it buying the preloaded shells, and you get a heck of a lot more bang for your buck out of doing them yourself. So, couple little things. Stay away from the plastic holes. They're kind of a joke. So we've got one of them there. You know, that powder cone down there, that ain't too cool. That's going to split out pretty darn quick down in there. And your powder, anything over about 50 grains, 45 grains, is not going to stay in that center cup. So make sure you go with the aluminum holes. A lot of different companies sell them. Now this is a Signal Source. But my complaint with these is the powder cone, and you're not going to be able to see it down in there, but that is a glue-in piece made out of plastic. So you've got an aluminum hull that you've added a plastic piece to that's just going to crack. This one's already cracked just after a few uses. And they did come with some replacement ones, but that's just one more thing you got to worry about. So I'd stay away from them. Look with ones that's got the plastic or the milled in powder cup and avoid that situation. So I've been out blowing stuff up, just having a good old time, and these things are powered by black powder, triple F, and even using Pyrodex, they get dirty quick. And that old powder is kind of corrosive and attacks your metal, and you've paid a decent amount of money for it, so you want to keep her good and cleaned up. And I'm sure out there on the Interzones, they would gladly sell you a cleaning kit for this thing for probably $39.99 or something similar to that. And did you buy one? Well, I didn't. So here I'm stuck with trying to figure out a way to do it. So first thing I did was snuck upstairs and stole the wife's bottle brush. Not recommended. I did not even make it out of the kitchen with that bottle brush before I was being asked questions like, where are you going? So I chose that I'm just using it to measure with, is what I told her. So I'm not going to use that to scrub my bore with, even though that would work perfect. But I did come up with something. So when I bought these reloadable shells, they come with some little plastic doohickeys and stuff, and one of the things it came with was an 1 5/16" pipe cap. And I'm assuming that's supposed to go over the end of your cartridge, similar to so, to give it a nice little finished look when you slide it down into the hull. You could get them at your local hardware store, just off a piece of black iron pipe, anything like that. Heck, you buy you a piece of pipe, or heck, they might even give you one. It just protects the threads, that's all that is. See them all the time, get them from some plumber. But what I did was take me one of those and a dowel rod. And I took that dowel rod and I whittled the end of it down with the old trusty dusty pocket knife and threaded me on a nut. Got that threaded on there, and then if you're already reloading, or get into Mama's craft drawer and borrow her hot glue gun. So I hot glue gunned that dowel rod with the nut on it inside that cup, and I mean, it is just stiff as could be. Cut her off just a little longer than the tube, and then I dug through everybody's got one of those, what do you call it, everything but what you're looking for drawers. I have multiples, but for once it actually had what I was looking for. So it's some kind of little doohickey knob off of an appliance. It had a nut inside of it. I drilled the nut out, drilled her out to the size of the dowel rod, and glued her on. So that gave me a handy dandy cleaning rod. So then I went to my gun patch drawer, and I had no patches big enough to clean that barrel with. So I got to thinking, in the old days I'd disassemble my black powder and just throw her in the bathtub and scrub it down with a little dish soap and water, and I thought that would work, but I don't want to take it off the barrel. I got to thinking about something that was halfway gentle, and I got to thinking, baby wipes. Got just a little bit of sudsy to them, just a little bit of cleaning. If it'll clean a baby's butt, it ought to clean my gun. And sure as heck, it works good. So you just take that baby wipe, stick it over there, and that is just about the right size for the bore. You might even double her over if you want a little more cleaning action. And you swab that thing down there, and you will be surprised how quick that bore gets cleaned up, and it's ready for the next time. Well, hope you all have fun blowing stuff up. Got any questions, comments, like, subscribe, all that good stuff? We're always playing with something. We'll catch you all later. You have a good one.